Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss another video of mine. So today we're going to be talking about my birth story. Been kind of deciding what my next video was going to be. And because baby girl, she turned 9 months yesterday, so that's October 29th, I'm like, you know what, let me just make a video kind of in honor of her. So once again, if you hear her in the background, don't mind her. I'll make sure that you guys can hear me. So around 35 weeks, you know, we went to the doctors. You know, the nurse practitioner, she was just like, yeah, she's full term, she can come pretty much any minute now. So me and hubby were like, all right, bet. We are tired of this pregnancy, we're at the finish line, we really want to meet our baby girl. So, you know, we got everything ready. We packed our diaper bag just in case, and we live 5 minutes away from the hospital, so that's absolutely amazing. And I worked all up until, you know, pretty much the day, 2 days before I gave birth. So, you know, we were just patiently waiting and all that kind of stuff. You know, all my pregnant women, you know, or women who have gone through pregnancy knows the last trimester, you're over it. You don't want to do anything. Like, the anxious feeling is gone. All of that is, you're just ready. You're just like, okay, when is this baby gonna get out of me? I'm tired of feeling like a whale, so I need to get rid of this baby, pretty much. So that's how I was feeling. Like, she's my first one, and I was just over it, like completely done with the pregnancy at that point. And you know, during, I want to say a week, like the week I gave birth, like a couple of days beforehand. Yeah, I'm talking about you, girl. So during that week, I was feeling, I was feeling Braxton Hicks. So for those who don't know what those are, they're like mini, I wouldn't necessarily call them contractions. I'll kind of say like really strong period pain, kind of prepping you for birth, pretty much. So, but these ones, they were stronger than normal. So, and I was at work and I told my manager, I'm like, this feels kind of off. Is it okay if I call the hospital to make sure, like, do I need to come in or not? She's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So, you know, the hospital was like, you know, just wait until, you know, they're a little bit stronger, like they're just probably still Braxton Hicks, you're fine. And forgot to mention, during our, I want to say during our 35-week appointment, or the appointment after that, I was already 2 centimeters dilated, and I was also, I want to say, she said 70% effaced, something like that. So like my cervix, I think the cervix was thinning out. So I was pretty much, Eden could have came anytime at that point. So, you know, after I called the hospital and all that stuff, you know, I was fine. Like, I still kind of felt uneasy, but, you know, it was okay. It wasn't nothing serious because I timed them and they were way too far apart for us to even go into the hospital. So that Sunday, which is the 29th, I believe. Yeah. So the day that she was born, you know, hubby and I went to church. We were just like that day was just, it was just weird. We were just tired. We had both had a very rough week at work. It was just, we were just done, completely, utterly done. And you know, after church, a lot of people were just like, oh girl, like, you're ready to pop anytime soon. And we were just joking around, like, yeah, like, she's more than welcome to come right now if she wanted to. We'd be perfectly okay. We wouldn't have to go to work the next day. So both hubby and I, we both worked 1 to 9, and we did not want to go to work. There's a point in time where you don't want to go to work and you go anyway. Like, it was to the point where I was perfectly okay with calling in sick. That's how badly I did not want to go to work, like, at all. It was so bad. So you know, we got home, we were just chilling. We're just like, oh my gosh, like, can she just come? Like, we don't want to go to work. We're just over this. It's about time for her to come. So we ended up watching wrestling. You know, it ends pretty late, so like 2 o'clock in the morning or so. You know, we're just chilling, and I was like, I wake him up, and I was like, babe, I think my water broke. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, I think so. So I went to go to the bathroom to go check to make sure I didn't pee on myself. So for all my pregnant ladies, we know that when the baby continues to get bigger, that bladder is just, you're just gonna tickle on yourself. Like, there's no way to prevent that at all. So I was like, let me make sure I didn't pee the bed. So I went up to go check, you know, to make sure that I didn't still need to pee, and I didn't. So I was like, okay, this is kind of odd, you know. And then we turned on the light and there's a big old wet spot in the bed. I'm like, yeah, I think I definitely, like, my water definitely broke. So, and after I said that, I felt 2 strong contractions back to back. I was just like, okay, this is not Braxton Hicks. This is definitely stronger than like first day period pain. I think it's time for us to go to the hospital. Good thing we already packed our hospital bag way in advance. So we're like, all right, cool, let's go. We were so just calm about it. You know, there was really nothing that we could do. So mind you, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. We texted all of our family members. We're like, yeah, we're on our way to the hospital right now. So, you know, hopefully you guys can make it before she gets here. So we get to the hospital. So by then, like, my water was continuously like coming out. So that's when we knew for sure. So we get there and we had to go through the emergency doors because the hospital was closed at that time. So they're like, oh, how can we help you, blah, blah, blah. And we're just like, my water broke. They're like, okay, we're gonna get somebody with you very, very soon. So we go there and we go into, I want to say, triage, and then they check me and they're like, okay, you're 4 centimeters. We're just like, all right, cool, we don't have to go home. I don't have to finish this labor out at home. I could just, you know, do it in the hospital. Now, I wasn't really having too much contractions during that time, so we stayed for a little bit. You know, they were monitoring me. They put me together and all that kind of stuff, put me on the monitor, the whole belt and all that jazz. And I guess my contractions weren't progressing enough for me to continue to dilate. Ooh, Lord, to continue to dilate. So they're like, okay, we're gonna give you Pitocin. And my husband was like, so what does that do? They're like, oh, they make the contractions stronger and closer together. Mind you, at that time, I was already having pretty strong contractions. They were bearable, but, you know, it still hurt like heck. So, you know, he was my rock. So he kind of answered a lot of the questions for me. So they gave me Pitocin, and I want to say, like, maybe in a span of 30 minutes, those contractions went from a 5 to a good like 50. Like, it was that quick. And I'm sitting there, I'm in pain, can't be on the ball. I was like bouncing up on the ball. He was like rubbing my back, and like, babe, I'm pretty sure you're gonna watch this. I want to do a quick shout out to you. Thank you for being there, for being my rock, my support system, because then things hurt like heck. Bouncing on the ball, couldn't do that. I was on the bed, and he was just, you know, it was just crazy. At a certain point, I ended up blacking out. So I'm just kind of recalling what I can remember from that day. And I'm sitting on the bed, and like, these contractions they're hitting, they're coming real hard. And I remember, because I'm sitting on the bed, and like, there's like a little railing thing on the side. I remember specifically, I'm banging, like breaking my hand damn near on the railing because the contractions hurt so bad. And at that point in time, I couldn't get off the bed. So I was having lower back contractions. So I'm on my side, like banging on the thing really hard to kind of get through the contractions. And like, my husband was like, babe, like, you, like, come on, like, use something else. So I'm like, I can't speak to him because I'm in pain. And he's like, babe, like, you gotta breathe. I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, I am breathing. He's just like, you know, you gotta breathe a lot, like, through your mouth. And I couldn't, like, I physically couldn't do that. And I think they gave me something else. I don't remember what it's called, but to kind of take the edge off of the contractions. And y'all, listen, that thing didn't much work. Okay, I was still in pain. That whatever medicine they gave me to kind of get the edge off, it did not work. I was in pain. So going through all of that for, I don't even know how long. It was at that moment in time, I think I kind of blanked out, so I really don't know what happened. So this part is like from my husband telling me what was going on. So at a certain point in time, I guess I said, like, I feel like I have to poop. That's just kind of the hospital signal for like, okay, she needs to push. So the doctor comes and checked me and was like, yeah, like she's like, the baby's pretty much about to come out. And you know, so I pushed. I think I did like maybe 3 to 4 pushes. I think I pushed for like for about 30 minutes or so. Boom, out comes Aiden. Now during the time, you know, they were pouring this really cold water like down there, and like my husband jokes around all the time, was like I was a completely different person. I was like joking with the doctor, you know, like just like nothing was going on pretty much as I'm pushing out a baby. And I didn't take any epidural. That was one thing we definitely agreed on. I did not want to take any epidural because I'm definitely afraid of needles. I don't like it, and I just rather not. I already have lower back problems as it is, and I didn't want to add on to that. So Eden was born. She was 7 pounds 11 ounces, I believe, and like 21 inches. She was born at 9:59 a.m. and I didn't have to go to work the next day. Neither did he. So it was pretty great. And you know, we had our family come, which was amazing, you know, and it was just a beautiful experience, especially with this being, you know, my first child, and going through the stages of pregnancy and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know what to expect, but I just feel like as a woman, your body just knows what to do, and like your body matches up with your heart and it matches up with your mind. It all comes one accord. And one thing I really appreciated was that, you know, with my husband and I, we always prayed at every doctor's appointment, you know, to make sure that she continues to grow and just be healthy. So we had pretty much no worries. The hospital treated us like royalty. It was amazing. Absolutely loved it there. It was great. So yeah, that is the end of the birth story. If you guys want me to talk about, you know, my symptoms during pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, tips on breastfeeding, any breastfeeding myths, I think that might be my next video, the breastfeeding myths and all that kind of stuff. Comment down below what kind of videos that you guys want to see. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I try to make this as short as possible, but it wasn't really so dramatic. I had a pretty good labor experience. So yeah, can't wait to see you guys on my next video. I love you all. God loves you, and see you next time. Bye.